Tefane, the All-Stakes champ, to go back-to-back for you, Brad.
Yeah, and the good thing about her is she's going to be up there on speed. She should be in front of Moanga, and I'm Thunderstruck in the run. And, we'll see how the pattern is in the next race, but obviously we know so far it's been a leader's paradise. So 6, Tefane on top of Moanga, who did beat Very Elegant first up last. Preparation, Extreme Flight will appreciate the 1400. Did good work laid off a slow tempo, fresh over the 11. And I'm Thunderstruck, just drifting, no doubt, with that pattern, likely to get back, and they're just not making much ground out wide today.
It might be hard for him now, Gator.
It may well be. Look, I don't think he needs to be last, but what you've probably got is Streets of Avalon, Chirath sitting 1-2. No surprise the money's Tefane. She's the class, probably gets the gun run right behind them. But I'm Thunderstruck on a level playing field. I think was good enough first up and would have taken benefit from that. So, look, can't change the tips now. 1, 3, 4, 5.
$1.5 million Blue Diamond Stakes. Local time at 4.25. Jacquino the favourite. 4.40 into 4, but back out to 4.60. Revolutionary Miss. 5.50 into the $4 range, just back out to $5. Miss Rosiano, big firm here and on speeder. 9.50 into $6, and that's your on top of Brad.
Yeah, and it's just that, isn't it? It's just the market's reacted there to the way the track's playing, but she's going to make her own luck up on speed. Will she cross English Riviera? We'll see. I'm surprised it hasn't firmed up a little bit, because it could be the one that finds the front and the fence. But I'll go Miss Rosiano over Revolutionary Miss, who was good in the lead up and just has to reproduce that now. Seven Sisters, best roughy, blinkers on, and better last 200 than Revolutionary Miss there the other day. And Jacquino, well, if he jumps, he's got to be a terrific chance. He's got a bit of class about him this one.
Had no luck last time out, Jacquino. Gator?
No, obviously blew the start. Debut win was terrific. That was at 1,200 metres. Revolutionary Miss, big danger on ratings. She's, the one to beat, I think. English Riviera, and agree with Brad, Seven Sisters, the best roughie if they can run on. 6, but blinkers on, she might settle closer. 6 on top, though.
And the Oakley Plate, the third and final Group 1 at Caulfield today, is local time at 5 after 5 over the 1,100 metres. Marabi favourite, 2.80 into $2.25. Minhaj, 8 into $6.50, goes back out to $7.50, resuming off a couple of good trials in Sydney.
She is, and this is one of the races where later on in the day, hopefully there's about 4 or 5 real speedsters there that are going to go for the front, and hopefully they just go too hard, they overplay it, and then it allows a horse like Minaj to come home over the top. She's got a lovely turn of foot and just need a bit of luck from that low draw. To beat Marabi, unbeaten, she's flying. Away game gets that swing on Marabi, 6.5 kilos. And General Bow, the figures suggest he can run a race here fresh at a bit of odds.
Oxley Road is your value play here, Gator. It's a $14 chance.
Look, he'll be near the speed. He gets down in the weights, and it's the nature of handicap racing, isn't it? If it was Wade Frage, I think he'd be entitled to be a big price, but handicap brings him back to a few of them, I think. Marabi in obvious danger. There's a way game with the weight swing, and agree Minaj, the other key winning hope.
That's a look at the 3 Group 1s. Let's head back to matters more pressing. Race 5, the Group 2 Peter Young Stakes. Steel Prince is first up of a break of almost a year, Brad.
Yeah, I think he'll run well here. I look at him as maybe the leader in the race, one of a couple that could take this up. And I just think, yes, he's first up in a long time, but he ran fourth in this race last year when wide no cover. He's had 4 jump outs at trial, and in that latest jump out he beat Delphi comfortably, and I'm pretty sure Delphi had the blinkers on in that jump out from what I could see anyway. So I think he's at a bit of value here. He's got class. We know he won a Geelong Cup, and he's got some nice form at his best, so I'll go with him to beat the one Cascadian, who just seems a little bit short for a horse that's going to get back midfield probably in this small field and be finishing off. He can be a bit unreliable at times. 7 Delphi first up, and number 4 Yonkers, 2-1-7-4 for me.
Cascadian is your on topper. Gator looks very well graded against some of these.
Well, he does that. I mean, to offset that, though, he's 14 to 1800 second up. He'll definitely be off the speed. That's his go. He's never won second up. He has run well in some good races, though. Look, I've left with him on top after the scratching, so I've sort of tipped him by default. I think he's short enough, but I couldn't back him probably at odds on. I am scared of Steel Prince, so as Brad said, liked the trial, may go forward. Ran really well in this last year off a wide run, and Delphi was sound first up last time in the Headley. They ran quick time. Yonkers next, promoted again after those scratchings, 1-2-7-4.
So Cascadian, $1.90 out to $2 with the bookmakers. Delphi, $3.50 into $3.40 closest to it. Steel Prince has been spec, $8.50 into $7.50. Yonkers, 8 out to 9 back into $8.50. Missouri is 18 out to $21, and Wentwood, 21, 26 back to $21. Go to tactics are going to be very key here with the way the track's playing.
Yeah, I agree. And look, I don't know what they'll do. I can't find a natural leader in it. You know, maybe it is Steel Prince. Emissary's been on speed before at a similar distance range, but hasn't led outright. You saw Delphi go forward in a Caulfield Cup, but that backfired. They made an early move in a Herbert Power, and that paid off. He won that race. Yonkers can take a spot, but isn't a natural leader either, so can't really help you with a map.
As Gator said, Steel Prince ran well first up in this last preparation, fourth behind Paradis, beaten under a length, Brad.
Yeah, and he was wide that day too. So, yes, he's first up since March last year, but I love the fact he's had the 4 jump outs, he's had the trial, and that latest jump out over the mile, he was much stronger than Delphi laid. So I just think he's the value. Yes, he's an 8-year-old, he may need the run, but he's going to be on speed, and that is a must today.
This is the old St George Stakes. Paradis beat Shared Ambition and Homesman last year. Miss Siska won it the year before, beating Kingswell Dream and Mirage Dancer. Avilius in 2019. Other winners include Fiorente, Elvstrom, Lonro. Northerly won it twice. Let's Elope, though Rogue won 2. So did Lord, Ajax and Farlap. The Peter Young Stakes with Matt.
A little bit of support for Steel Prince as well in a point with books. Cascadian odds on still on the tote as Steel Prince takes the outside. The Carlton draft, Peter Young at 1800. Set to go, and they're racing. Emissary was the slowest out, drifts back to the end. Yonkers the best out. Delphi's going to race it after 100. Steel Prince out wider. Cascadian holds its spot on the fence, followed by Wentwood, and Emissary darts back to the rails. It's last. So up the hill, 1400 to go. Delphi is going to lead Yonkers by 3/4 of a length. Cascadian tucked into the box seat. Steel Prince just a little bit wide, and Wentwood keeps it there for the time being. And last on the inside, Emissary, as they climb to the 1200 metres. Delphi is the leader by a length. Yonkers, a length Cascadian third. Steel Prince, as the field separates, is able to slot in, fourth one off the fence. A length and 3/4. Emissary fifth the rails, and Wentwood is last. So the front runner is Delphi. For jockey John Allen, who won this race last year, is the front runner. Won it on Paradis at the 1000 metres. It's Delphi leading 3/4 of a length. Second is Yonkers, moderate splits, a length and a quarter Cascadian Steel Prince, then Emissary, and at the tail of the field, one off the fence, Wentwood. 800 metres to run. Delphi as it likes by 3/4 of a length, now a half Yonkers, a length Cascadian. They were followed by Steel Prince, Emissary, and Wentwood last. So Delphi, as they reach the 600 metres, no excuses, led by about a long neck to Yonkers. Then came Cascadian, who just needs a run. Steel Prince, who's been supported at odds, is going to peel out 3 wide. Then Emissary niggled at from Wentwood. A dash to the post, 350 out. Delphi the leader from Yonkers, who's a neck away. Cascadian shoulders into the clear, and then came Emissary, who looks to run on. Delphi joined and just about headed by Yonkers. Cascadian trying to grind them down. Yonkers at the 100. Now Cascadian lifts, then Emissary. Cascadian up to Yonkers. Cascadian took the front and got it done. Cascadian wins from Yonkers Emissary. Then Delphi, Steel Prince, and last Wentwood.
Too good for them. Cascadian home under Damien Oliver, and odds on across the 3 totes. 190 Super Tab New South Wales, 180 on the U-Tab. Looks like Yonkers will get second, number 4, and Emissary runs third, number 8. It looks like 1, 4, 8 and 7. Those numbers are now confirmed. That's his first ever second up win, Gator.
Yeah, look, he has run well in some elite races. That certainly wasn't one of those, as in an elite race. So, but he did a good job. 14 to 1800 second up's not easy. Obviously, the trainer's got a good idea what he's doing, as does the jockey. Gave him a perfect ride. And he's already in the All-Star Mile. There's an $11 chance.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a twinkle in your voice there. He must be a favourite of yours, Mardo. But super ride and got the job done in nice style. He's definitely on track for that. Yonkers ran well. A mystery, bit of an eye-catcher from the back.
Cascadian does the job in the Peter Young Stakes, and we've got 4 races to come at Caulfield. The next 3, as we touched on, all at Group 1 grade. The Futurity Stakes next to start the main quaddie. Right, here comes Newcastle's 4th, where A Ton of Delight, number 1 for Rory Hutchings, is $3.10 into $2.90. And away from it, there's a nibble sneaky eye.